I don't believe in insurance. I don't believe. You're laughing because you know. And
I always
always
say I don't believe in things which
always
are like,
look
it's
at
not a
myself-
religion. It's not a god.
Less than 2% of the population in Kenya has insurance. Do you know that?
Insurance of what?
Hey guys, Marugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy In Between.
It's Definitely TMI. Welcome to this episode.
Welcome.
Hope you guys are doing fantastic. How are you doing, babe?
I'm doing great.
Thank you
for
all right?
asking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Life is
falling apart.
Yeah, in the last episode, you guys remember she said that she was going through a rut. You said you were stuck in a rut. How are you feeling now?
am way better.
Yeah?
And see, we said work out a bit, eat a few healthy meals,
yeah.
drink more water, and my momentum is back.
Yeah.
And guys, it's more about momentum more than anything. When you're going this way so fast, you have momentum that way. So it's just changing it back.
Exactly. Even if you're not going fast in now the right direction, as long as you're going in the right direction, it feels so good. Yeah.
Even just not being in any just stopping for a while and then slowly changing back the momentum. I feel so much better.
We can tell even from your content. Like I love how intentional you've been about the trying to work out and the eating healthy, ordering salads, Lydia.
But I love salads though.
Oh, really?
Even when I'm being unhealthy, I've always loved salads.
Oh, but as a side to the
No. It's when I'm out. Salads I won't make at home.
Oh, you won't make at home? Yeah, exactly.
Nope, but I will buy CJ.
Why is that though?
I don't know, because they look so much nicer in a restaurant.
And I'm
but
like
me, when
cutting
I
up
put
all
lettuce,
those individual vegetables, me,
no.
I,
but I've always
too
loved
much.
it.
Exactly. Thank you guys so much for your response on that episode. We really, really, really appreciate it, guys. And so many of you actually said they could relate to being in a rut and like feeling uninspired, demotivated. We are so glad we could step in for you. There was this message I saw from someone saying how they feel like they are big sisters, have been with them as large sisters, been with them like literally as a friend. They come and they watch and they feel like, wow, I have a friend, and I love that.
And that's honestly the best thing ever. Every time, even the behind the scenes stuff that maybe you guys don't know about, so worth it.
I know.
That one can message.
Cheers to that. Cheers to in between us and to us.
How are you doing?
I am doing great, babe.
Yeah?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
I feel like life right now is good. I can define life right now as good.
I love that.
Yeah.
You deserve that.
Thank you.
do.
Thank you so
You
much.
work hard for life to be good.
Thank you.
It doesn't just happen.
I feel
you
like
do.
I do. So guys, this episode, we decided to just shake things up a bit. We wanted to just just have a little discussion, a quick little discussion. Because some of you are in bad relationships. Let's be honest.
Oh God.
Let's just be honest. Some of you are in bad
Jesus.
relationships, okay? We wanted to discuss relationship deal breakers.
Yeah.
What do we as Lydia, as Morugi, and you guys also, what do you guys consider to be deal breakers in a relationship? And
not an
this is inconvenient. No, literally a deal breaker. Actually, we are defining a deal breaker as behaviors, values, and characteristics of a potential long-term partner that you fundamentally disagree with.
Yeah, and potential being key.
Yes. Yeah.
So if it's somebody who you're thinking about being serious with, yeah.
Okay, so it's not someone who you've already married. No, even I guess it could be.
It could also
because,
be. Yeah, that's true.
I think it could
something
be.
that you cannot continue on the partnership because of.
Yeah, exactly. And not to be confused with like a red flag. I feel like a red flag is more early on in the relationship.
Yes.
Now deal breaker is like we already formed the deal. Now we are breaking it. But if you already formed the deal, now it's a red flag. Which we tend to ignore because women.
Yeah.
And men.
Legally blind.
Another episode I thought we need to do is red flags, but red flags in women from a man's perspective.
Really?
Do you know what? Maybe you're throwing off red flags and you don't even know.
Oh God, I can probably tell my own.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, save that for that episode that we'll
save
do.
it.
Anyway, so we asked you guys what your deal breakers were, and we'll share them later on in the episode. Please don't move from where you are from watching this episode, because those things are so interesting. The things that guys have shared are just absolutely hilarious. But first, we're going to go through some basics, like just talk about like what are we referring to, what are we not referring to, right?
Yes, and also just a clean whatever deal breakers are for you to determine. But for the purposes of this conversation, we are taking
there are
these.
some basics.
Yeah.
Also, please don't continue watching this or listening to this if you have not followed us or you have not subscribed. Actually, over 50% of the people who watch our videos are not subscribed to our channel. Guys, why?
And guess what? Our retention of viewers is really high. So you always come back.
You always come back, guys. And we just feel like it's only fair. We feel like we bring value to you guys. How about you give us just a tiny little bit as well and just like subscribe to the channel? It literally costs you absolutely nothing. It's just a plus. Just click the plus. Exactly. Okay. So
and we said, if you get to like a certain amount of subscribers soon, we'll bring her husband and my boyfriend.
Exactly. If you want
the tea about what's really going on.
Yeah. Are they happy with us? Or have we locked them in the house?
Yes.
Stay tuned. Anyway, as you've mentioned, deal breakers are like something that you can determine for yourself. But I feel like there are two categories. I feel like there's like the personal ones which we can debate. Then there are those ones which is just like an absolute.
There's no conversation.
No. Yeah. What are those ones? Number one.
Emotional, physical or mental abuse.
Any form of abuse.
Any form of abuse is just outright, we're not discussing it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, okay, not even say especially physical, because sometimes it can be emotional abuse and it's worse than the physical abuse.
Oh my God, emotional abuse, I think, goes even further.
Yeah.
Neglect. I've said this before. I feel like you don't have to, I feel like maybe neglect comes in abuse, but not necessarily like that. If somebody is just like, they've checked out of the relationship, I'm not talking about that we are in a rut. It's, I'm a proactive part of this relationship and you is like, you don't exist. You know, you're always going out to your boys, like we don't have dates. You've checked out of the relationship, but we are still together. Neglect, I won't do.
And they say that men do that sometimes. It's like they're trying to break up with you, but they don't want, they can't actually do. Do men do that?
Yeah, I think that happened to me before. When somebody was telling me, and I'm not going to say that they weren't depressed, maybe they were depressed, but the scenario, were they? The scenario became more, it's like, you are avoiding being around me. Any situation that is like where I need to be around, you would prefer not to be there. And if you are there, you don't want to be with me, just myself. And usually it's because you don't want to see yourself in me, because you know how you feel. So then you just kind of make me feel like crap about it. So that's happened and I'm never going to take it again.
Oh yeah. Period. I think a guy has done that to me, but it was less like he's neglecting me, more that he had cheated on me. And he like every time he was around me, he would feel so guilty.
There you go.
So he's like, he just didn't know how to say it or what to do.
From themselves. It's not even
it's not you.
It's just because when he looks at you with your innocent eyes,
I know,
then your
like,
will come and he's like, love you. And you know, he's been
the only man
with
for
everyone
me
in Nairobi. Of course, that's going to feel bad.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, another one, which, you know, obviously people would say is like cheating, which I mean.
But I feel like cheating is something people say that it's such a deal breaker, but
so many people remain with people who are cheating.
Yeah, actually, it's more likely people are going to remain together in a cheating scenario than actually break up.
Me, instead of saying cheating, I would say more like betrayal, because I feel like betrayal goes beyond. I know, right? Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful. Wow.
Define betrayal.
I feel like cheating in like, okay, in ordinary society would just be like, I sleep with somebody who is not my husband, or, you know, you sleep with someone who's not your wife. But relationships these days are so dynamic. You can be in a polyamorous marriage, you could be in an open marriage, even open relationship. You could have decided that you guys are experimenting. It could be so many different things. But still, even within those categories, there can be some form of betrayal where it's like, you expose me in some way, you know, or you, you know, kind of like
the word expose for an influencer is like a dagger to me, art mate. A dagger. Yeah, because I mean,
it's like, I feel like that level of a level of betrayal is what I feel like
Mike goes and posts, like, I don't know, like, okay, posting my nudes, that's a deal breaker.
I mean, I would say unless you look fire and you proceed
I always
to then
look fire.
That's it.
Despite what I reap from that, you definitely
but
are
you see,
out.
this is my point. You never know how you'll actually feel. Me, I always feel like,
are you kidding me?
Girl, can I speak? I feel like you'll never know how you'll react in a certain situation until you get into that situation.
That's true.
That's why I think
if someone murders someone, I don't know how I'll react, but I can predict that if someone murders you, I might not be too happy about that.
So you've said that if he leaks your nudes, that's a deal breaker for you.
Especially if it's malicious.
Okay.
If it's like you are leaking my nudes from a place of like, leak my nudes. They go all over the place and everyone is seeing my punani. My punani is on the news.
We're gonna get a strike. We're gonna get a strike now on YouTube because we wouldn't be able to monetize this video now. Please, I don't know. I personally feel like it would be really bad. Like, I would love for you not to, you know, release my nudes. But like, is that the worst thing in the world? Like, am I going to now sacrifice your 7 years of being together and your 12 sets of twins that you got together because he posted your nudes on one night when he was angry? You sit with that.
There's no
you sit with that.
I feel like that's betrayal. How is that not betrayal? Define your betrayal, because me, I'm confused. What's betrayal to you?
Okay, me, I feel like there's a difference between something that someone does premeditated and something that someone does in a moment of anger. Okay? I feel like things done in a moment of anger, anything can happen in a moment of anger. Okay,
and so within that, it's fine.
The expectation that human beings are always able to control their emotions to the point where you never make a mistake or cross a line is impossible. I feel like generally it's what Eli would call lack of discipline, I guess.
Yeah.
But sometimes something can happen. Right now, you can't imagine that maybe Mike does something which makes you so angry that you literally want to stab him.
Yeah.
But there are women who have reached the point where they're so angry, they literally stab and kill those men.
But guess what? Just because you are that, just because I can't appreciate, I can appreciate the humanity of crossing that line, but I don't have to be able to be in a position where I'm okay. The trust,
agreed.
That's
definitely
why
don't.
It's not more than it's more like who do we become after this thing has happened?
Yeah,
like how do I ever trust even being anywhere near naked? Maybe you're gonna take the lack of trust would be too much. I think that's has someone done this and you forgive them because
no, I'm just trying
guys.
No, I'm just, you see what I try to do? I try to weigh it up against all the different things, all the things in life that this person could do to me. Murder my child. You know, that is where we are starting.
But that's like he got angry and he just
at Butana
and Tana, there you go.
Okay, get this bitch off this set because I swear to God. So I'm trying to like think about it as to the worst thing a human being could do to me.
Yeah.
Up to like now, where are we at with the exposed my needs?
Well, let me tell you.
Maybe I'm coming at it from the point of view I have already been exposed so many times on social media. Exposed, you know, there's every other day I'm always like, oh, this person has said this about you.
But not from a person who you trust. It's from malicious people who do it. That's very different.
I guess so.
From, I'm the one who's giving the interview.
By mistake.
Me, I'm on purpose.
By mistake.
I'm giving my
but
my
he
rendition.
Was angry when he gave his rendition.
Me, I did it to you. I'm giving my rendition of what's going on.
You know, for you to do it, I know. Oh, free. No. If you're getting money, I'll understand.
Yeah, for free. No, just
okay, fine. We're getting off topic now.
Okay, sorry. And let me also say the way I look at things is the standard of the relationship I dream of, the level of trust I hope to have with someone, the level of comfort. What does that do to that damage that I desire to have with that person?
Yeah.
More than what's the worst thing that he could do? Let's bring it down. Is it that bad?
Okay, mine is the other one. Mine is the other
That's
one.
extreme.
But ideally, we would want to be in a situation where that is so extreme that you don't imagine it would ever happen.
Yeah.
But me, I also like to just think about it as like breaker. What would I actually break my marriage for? You know, what would I actually leave my husband today for? Because that's why I imagine a
murder of a child that's it.
I mean, and I'm sure a few other things, but you know, sometimes I feel like, I was just saying on my story today, I feel like I don't really know exactly what my deal breakers are, but I'm sure when they happen, I will know that is the deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you can't even foresee the circumstances you might find.
And I don't personally put those kind of things out there.
Do you think Edwina Sharma knew that her man was going to fall in love with her sister?
Yeah, that was hard.
I mean,
Aggie and Mike. Her sister in the dustbin. Honestly.
Sister in the please.
The dustbin.
Yeah, anyway. So another like big thing that maybe a lot of people reference is substance abuse.
That's a deal breaker. Ooh,
yeah.
I forgot. Deal breaker. There is absolutely no conversation around it. However, it's not that I am an enabler, consistent enabler. I'm the one who's parting with you. I'm also partaking in this substance. And then when you get into abuse, it's like, whoa. The way I like to see things is just like from an earlier stage. Yeah. Coming from a situation where I have seen so many of my family members in alcoholism, right?
Both our dads, by the way, suffer from alcoholism.
In different fashions, but still, they are dependent. When I see that, I see it's more of like how it gets. Yeah? So it's like, okay, you're drinking only weekends. That's fun. And then now 2 or 3 weekdays and the weekend, and then now it's like every single day we are drinking. I feel like there are stages to that, and I'm willing to be very, very vocal about the boundaries that I have around those things. And then so that if it's spiraling, I was all the way here, supportive and trying to find balance before it gets there, you know? So it's not necessarily like, oh, now you are addicted, you are a horrible person. I don't believe that at all. It's like, if I found you and you weren't in substance abuse, the journey is usually like, you can almost kind of see it.
But you know, most times it's like, by the time you realize we've reached that addiction place, it's too late.
But me as a person who's coming from a place where there's addiction in my family, let me tell you this. me and Mike go out Sijui 2 weekends consistently drinking, he knows.
I was
trying to tone down the other one
for a year, and you.
How many times did I tell you? But how many times did I tell you?
First, check your tone. You're shouting at me. Secondly, I don't feel like you ever told me from a place of love. It was always like, hey, Joe, you know you're addicted. No, that's how you told me.
Let me tell you, Joe, I told you loads of times.
Yeah,
and I
like
even asked you.
Hey, Joe, are you sure you're not addicted? Not like, Joanne, I've really been watching you and I love you. And
no, I never thought. Guess what, Joe? I never thought.
And that's the point. Exactly. You never
But
think.
guess what? Zach did.
Yeah, but my point is,
there you go. In an intimate relationship, I'm more likely to see. But you
you're
live,
right. Yeah,
and I don't see you every day. So me, I'm like,
today,
you're smoking,
right, yeah.
you're having it quite a bit, but it's not like I know that you do it all the time.
Yeah.
Until you gave me the detail of how it's consuming
right.
your life. But Zach kept telling you all the time.
For me, I feel like the substance abuse thing is like I've seen my mom struggle with it. My dad has been addicted to alcohol since I was born. That is 32 years. And having watched her struggle, I've always said that I would prefer not to have a partner who is in alcoholism. But I don't know, I feel like there's a certain tenderness I have towards people who are in substance abuse to the point where I don't know if I would leave him. I would probably stay and like try to like, as long as there's like some semblance of like you acknowledge there's an issue and you're somewhat.
Do you know how long that takes?
I know, babe. Woo!
Do you know how long that takes? Let me tell you why I say it's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my kids to see what I saw.
Let me ask you, after how long, because remember I was asking this before we started, after how long do you say, like now you've already reached the point of like you can see Mike is addicted to alcohol. After how long is it like now I am leaving you? Is it 3 months? Is it 6 months? Is it a year?
I think maybe like if there's an attempt to change, okay, let's say there's no attempt to change. If there's no attempt to change and we're like married, we have children, I feel like I'll give it a year. If there's no attempt to change whatsoever, right?
But often the attempt to change will come now after you've left him. Now he's going to rehab. And then he comes out of rehab and he's like, please, babe, take me back. And then you take him back and then he relapses.
But that's it. We are not taking, because I know how addiction works. You feel like you're ready, but then you might not be. Hold yourself down for another year. Hold yourself down for another year. I feel I have empathy, but because of what I've seen, I'm just going to be regurgitating the same exact thing with my children. And I would prefer not to do that.
I also feel like generally as a disclaimer on deal breakers, I feel like depending on the stage you are at in your relationship, you're obviously able to stomach different levels of different
children,
things.
marriage are definitely going to change things.
Substance abuse, if I'm dating someone, absolutely no. I'm not going to get married to you and now take on that burden. Now, if it has happened when we are now 10 years into marriage, obviously I am a lot more likely to stay on longer to try and help you deal with it as a life issue. But if we are dating, I'm sorry, even that 1 year is not happening.
For me, I feel like I'm even more likely to get myself out of a situation of substance abuse because my children are being exposed to that. That my motive is not even personal, it's more about my kids.
I love how Lydia loves her imaginary children. I'm just like, I love how she mothers them. I love how much love you have for them.
Yeah, because me, I might be able to stomach it, but what that does to children who grow up in substance abuse homes, chances are one of them becomes substance abuse, if not all of them.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So substance abuse, I think, is a big one. And a lot of you guys also mentioned that on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, but
That's
a lot of people actually mentioned addiction. A lot of people just said addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in Kenya, addiction has been a thing.
County.
Kiambu. Hey, yeah, child, as she sips the wine. Love it. Love it. In moderation, exactly. Okay, so those are now the big ones. I think we can say those are the big ones. Are there any other big ones you would add? I think those are the big ones. I think those are the ones.
Those are the big
then
ones.
now we come to the personal ones. The ones which are more, is this a deal breaker for you? Is it not a deal breaker for you? So for example, number 1, wanting kids and not wanting kids. So you want kids, I don't want kids. I would say also. And I feel for anyone that should be
that's a big deal breaker.
Yeah.
I would never even discuss that.
Exactly. And that's why that's an important one for the first date. We said that in the
first date. Would you like kids?
Okay, first 3 dates. In the first 3 dates. Yeah. Actually, even just
not
the first
even
date.
Not do you want kids with me? Would you like kids in general?
Absolutely. Agreed. This one is debatable. Liking or disliking their friends.
No.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'll just be like, that idiot cannot come in here. You guys go and hang out uko.
Yeah,
that's it.
If you are unable to connect, respect, or interweave yourself with your partner's social circles, it can feel frustrating, isolating, and may cause future conflict.
Yeah,
Like if you hate them, if you hate Mike's friends.
But I mean, why do I hate them?
Because they're immature bastards. Not, this is just for reference, not actual, but if they're just like super, super annoying people, or they're like super misogynistic, narcissistic people who you can see, or they're like just not nice guys.
I feel like that would be problematic because how do you hang about with such goats?
And that's the point. Yeah. Exactly. Then you start asking yourself, okay, if these are his friends, obviously he must have some sort of like, that's an issue.
Okay, I see.
Different saving and spending habits or approaches to money generally. In the responses we got from people on the Instagram, a lot of people were saying financial irresponsibility.
Yeah.
Which obviously points towards like you have a different approach to money as I do. Because for me to say that you're being irresponsible with money, obviously.
But there is someone who's might be
just
more
irresponsible. It's not even that's a different habit.
I feel like if it starts getting to the point where it's like emotional abuse, and to me, emotional abuse is where someone is not financially responsible for themselves in a relationship, expecting me to carry that, right? When it starts encroaching in that way, then it's problematic. But when you, like, our money is not that attached, you're irresponsible in that you spend a little more than me, like they'll be aligned with that. But when it starts encroaching to I'm the one who's paying the rent, I'm the one who's paying for the school fees, everything, and you're in the house also adding to my bills.
And also if there's like very, very extreme differences in terms of like me, I just don't believe in saving. I don't believe in insurance. I don't believe You're laughing because you know. And
I always say I don't believe in things which are like, it's not a religion. It's not a god.
Less than 2% of the population in Kenya has insurance. Do you know that?
Insurance of what?
Any insurance, even health insurance, babe.
Even
this
car.
I always tell you.
How?
Okay, no, if you have a car, obviously
you have to have it,
yes. But like health insurance, literally, Africans generally don't believe in this thing of you're paying money and I'm not even sick, but I'm paying money every month. Why am I paying money? So it's a privilege for us to actually realize how important insurance is. So imagine someone says, I don't believe in saving because I feel like I could die tomorrow. So, I don't believe in, insurance. I don't believe in us sending money to our parents. You know how you're talking about black tax?
Yeah.
Be like, me, I don't believe that we should send any money to our parents. And you're like, I feel like we have a responsibility to, or not a responsibility, but I feel like it's a good thing to do for us to. Yeah. But then they're like, no, you absolutely cannot. I mean,
those are quite big. That's true. And do you know what I heard about insurance? There's this person who said on TikTok that if every black person in America got life insurance, shootings will go down to 0. Because the payout, like it would cost the people who are hurting black people more. Because you have insurance, but black people have one of the lowest percentage of people with the life insurance.
So you see,
that's problematic.
But for me, and in our relationship with Zach, I actually admit that when we came to the relationship, I didn't have that much of like whatever life insurance. I mean, health insurance, I was like, for sickness, but like life insurance, education,
when you have kids, though,
education policies, exactly. So now, obviously, I'm a lot more keen on it. But imagine him saying, "I would like for us to put this amount of our income towards it," and me, I'm like, no. I think that's stupid. I think that's dumb.
I get it.
I think
that's
annoying. Go to the Barbados instead.
Mike is definitely more a planner and way better with money than I am for sure. But I'm also a willing learner. It's like whatever he tables, as long as it makes sense, I'm just like, you're pretty good at this. Let's do it.
Yeah. I love that. I feel like both of you and Mike have you hear me guys talking about this too? It's like I want to be in the relationship. Anyway, I love that you both have very like spirits of compromise. You're both willing to just like, okay, this is my opinion, but where can we meet in the middle? And I feel like the best relationships have that as their foundation. I love that about you guys.
We try.
Okay, this one, obviously, different social, political, religious beliefs.
I see people compromising on that, and that's crazy.
Me especially the religious beliefs. It's like, okay, you don't have to be like super Christian, like, or even the same denomination as me. Denomination.
I feel like I need awareness of God for sure. At least
atheists, no,
I don't think so. And also, especially with like atheism, which is like almost, it's like activist. It's like, oh no.
I saw this thing where someone was asking, it's like, okay, let's say you and Mike have been dating, and then next week you guys go to church and Mike gets convicted, he gets saved. Is he saved? Who knows?
Anyway, he had been saved like you.
Woo! I'm still saved. What are you saying?
You are?
Girl. Anyway, he goes to church and I see you, George. Please don't laugh on this set. George. Thank you.
Yes,
Anyway,
Sister Joanne.
Yeah, Sister Joanne. Thank you. Thank you, my sister. Anyway, he gets saved, and then he decides that now he doesn't think it's right for you guys to be living together or even to be having sex.
Yeah.
Now that's obviously a change.
That
in
is
your
a deal
religious-
breaker.
yeah. Okay, so that happened to me and Zach actually. Like when we were dating.
Who did
when
the
we were
what?
dating, both of us. So we were dating, then we went to this church service, and like now the pastor was talking about premarital sex and stuff like that, and we were engaged. But,
Okay,
we
there
both
you
felt
go.
very convicted. So
Yeah.
we both felt very convicted. We're like, okay, we should just try and stop having sex. Went and had
1
sex
week.
that same afternoon though. But like it was that in that moment it was like panic for both of us. We were like, fuck, now we don't want to be the one who lets the other one down.
Yeah.
Of like, we're just trying to do right by God, but it
Yeah.
didn't work out. But anyway, if that happens, I feel like that's a deal breaker.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think that's a deal breaker. I feel like if somebody going into, like, let's say if you want to be a pastor,
Yeah.
and that takes someone in a way different route.
Hey,
and
I want to be a pastor.
yeah,
Hey. Whoa.
yeah. So yeah, that's a deal breaker for sure.
Political?
It
Uhuru,
depends.
Raila? I support
No,
Uhuru, you support Raila?
no, I don't think so. Unless you are fanatic.
Yeah.
If
Ooh.
now becomes like fanaticism
Yeah.
that we have like pictures of Raila everywhere now. I mean,
Yeah.
relax.
Let's
But
chill.
it's like who you go to the
Pictures of
ballot
Raila
and
everywhere.
do. Yeah.
And I feel like people who support Raila are fanatics. Like sometimes many of them come across as like,
I
oh
feel
my
like
God,
that's
how
what,
can you
I feel
not
like
ever?
that's the problem
Yeah.
more than
And-
what your view
yeah,
is.
and inability to understand that someone can have a differing view from you
Yeah.
and it's okay.
Close-mindedness in general is
Girl,
problematic.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Lack of aspiration.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
rough.
that's a big
No,
one. Woo.
because when I get up and I want more for my life and you don't know. And those are people who are just like, why are we planning ahead? Why are we saving? Why are we getting
I'm not dragging someone along with me. I'm
no,
not. It's
I
like
know
either
it
we are
takes
walking
more
side
weight.
by side or
It's dead weight.
It's
It
dead
takes more for you to stay there.
I'm already carrying my ass. I
Ooh,
can't
that's
be.
enough,
Yeah,
babe.
exactly. This one, being needy or clingy.
It's a deal breaker.
I mean, we ourselves.
Yeah, but a man being me, because I'm a needy person,
Yeah.
that's also an ick to me.
Oh, really?
Like I'll be like
Being overprotective.
Definitely, that's code for controlling. People stop messaging me in my DMs
Wow.
to tell me
My
my
man-
boyfriend is overprotecting me so he doesn't allow me to use my phone. You are not being protected from anything except for your freedom.
Ooh.
The word is not overprotecting.
It is controlling.
It's controlling.
Is that
Let's
a deal
use the word.
breaker? Oh, you see?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Whoa. Whoa. Absolutely not. So they're telling me what to do
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
That's
But
and
you know
that's
what I
it's
feel-
stopping me from doing what I want.
feel like sometimes in the beginning of a relationship, it can feel so nice. Like somebody's like, oh, he always wants to know where I am. He's always checking up on me. He always wants me to be with him. He didn't want me to go anywhere when I'm not with him. Oh my God, it's so romantic. Until it's not.
Until it's not.
It's like, you want to go do your hair. No, you can't. You can go on Saturday when I'm free.
This
and then
girl
I'll take
told
you.
me every time she gets out from class, he will call her after maybe like an hour. He's like, what are you still doing out? Class ended at 4. So no, you want to be
my.
chilling with your friends. I don't think so.
No.
That
Okay,
word
fine.
of
That's
protective
definitely-
to an adult, I think it's control.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you been in that situation? Because you really seem passionate about that.
No, being told what to do is problematic already.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a lack of respect to me that you don't think I ought to have my freedom
Yeah.
the way you have it.
I wonder if we experience it differently because we are alpha females. Because I feel like for me,
for
my
sure.
freedom and like my ability to express
Oh
myself
my
is
God.
so, and
It's
anything which comes, I'm just
pillar.
like,
a pillar of my
yeah.
personality.
If someone says that you can't.
Woo!
The word can't. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay, Daddy.
Especially when it has nothing to do with you.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Like I'm going to do my hair or my nails.
And no one's asking you for money.
Not as asking for money. Is my.
I don't
Okay,
think so.
yeah, exactly. In fact, there's a lady who had messaged me and told me her husband wouldn't let her go to the gynecologist. I was like, are you locked in the house though, babe? You need to like
Just say you're going
sometimes-
to get
yeah.
to the
Don't
fruits at
even
the
say,
market.
you just leave and
go.
God, yeah. Okay, this next one, unwillingness to compromise.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's somebody, Agi was telling me how they're in a situation where the guy is provider, present, but doesn't compromise. It's like what he doesn't want to do according to him. And guess what? It's a source of his pride. I don't do what I don't want to do. So
That's
if
very
it's
problematic.
if it's cleaning up his own children, if he doesn't want to do it, why should he have to?
Wow.
So guess what? If he's not doing it, who is?
And
Sister Joanne.
Sister Joanne.
Joanne.
The problem with such things is that often at the beginning of the relationship you might not see it. It's only a bit further in that is when now you realize, wait, but I'm always compromising. This person is literally never compromising.
Or women, we use different words when we want to see them in a better light. You hear there's overprotective.
Oh yeah,
he's so overprotective.
And he's an alpha male.
Yeah,
he's such an alpha
male.
Yes,
like when he doesn't want to do anything, he doesn't.
He's a manly man.
Yes. Now look. Now here we are.
Now you're bathing your kids
carrying
every day. 28 kids. All the kids. Give someone a kid. Why? Please. Okay, poor communication.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like
these are getting less deal breakery and more just like these are the kind of people we don't want.
But like how long are you going to stand the fact that your boyfriend doesn't call you or doesn't text you
often,
or doesn't check in as much? Like how long? It's slowly, as much as a small thing, it eats at you.
Yeah.
Like the longer you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long distance.
Yeah.
Is that a deal breaker?
Definitely
a deal breaker.
It's definitely a deal breaker.
I feel like it depends.
Let me tell you, I feel like there's a time limit for how long I feel like I'm able to be so far away from the person who I love, and for how long, I don't know. Do you know what? I hate distance. I don't know if it's a long distance because maybe
you and I are very affectionate people.
Oh my God.
Touching, hugging.
Yeah. I'm sad. Now where are you?
Yeah.
Actually, you're on the phone.
You're not. What? How?
But right now, who's going to hold me?
Who's going to hug
me?
Yeah.
This minute.
Yeah, I also feel like I would 100% struggle with that. I don't know if I would call it a deal breaker.
That's what I'm saying, because when you love someone as well, it's and this is someone who's willing to make it work, all of that.
Yeah.
It's hard to say like I would leave you for it, but up there with really not my best friend. Yeah.
I would prefer to find a way, like, is there a way we can go together? Is there, how often can we be seeing each other kind of thing? And it's
as often as possible, for sure.
It can be tough though.
Yeah.
Okay, this one says too much time on social media. Relax.
As an influencer.
Relax. Different sex drives. Mismatched. Let me say mismatched sex drives.
I feel like we both have mismatched sex drive.
I think so. Yeah.
Me being the one who's not as on, right?
And me in my relationship, I'm the one who is always too on.
Yeah.
Very on.
Yeah. So then, but I mean, you find a way to compromise.
I feel like it's not ideal, but I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker.
I think so. And also, personally, being the person who doesn't want it as much, it doesn't affect me as much as the person who wants it more. But what I find is that when I'm exercising, like when I'm on the 5 a.m., I am way more on.
Yeah.
So then when I've learned what makes me more on, I try and get on that so that I can be present for him.
Okay, fine. But it needs... There are some situations which I guess can be so extreme. Like, okay, me, when I have sex, I like to be smothered in pig blood, and I can't have sex without being smothered in pig blood. Okay,
I know. Like, I can't get it up there without that.
Yeah, if it's something like super
or
extreme,
somebody who just doesn't like to have sex.
I'm into BDSM, and it's like everything has to be pain related, and you absolutely do not want pain. Like if it's something which is like very like mismatched.
And even with the libidos, it like in an extreme way that it's like you want to have sex, I don't know, like once a month, if that.
Yeah.
And I need to have sex once a day. Well,
I mean, now it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
A deal breaker is if you're having constant fighting and any unwillingness to resolve conflict.
I think so. I would be unable to be in an environment where it's like there's conflict on top of conflict, and we are not sitting down to be like, what's actually the problem? No one is able to be vulnerable.
You don't want to go to therapy.
We don't want to go to therapy. Yeah. No, because I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah. Cleanliness.
But I feel like that's like an early thing. Know. I feel like someone who's dirty.
Can you?
I think so. Even the way they present themselves.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, like you see a clean person. When you see him, he smells fresh, he's clean, like he's gone to a haircut, he's kept, his clothes are ironed.
Yeah.
You can see that even before you get with someone.
Yeah, you can tell that someone is like that. Okay, assuming, let's say you're in a relationship and you reach a point where you realize that one of these deal breakers has deal broken in your in your relationship.
Yeah.
What is the way to go? Because I always feel like...
But that's why it's a deal breaker. It's like, it's bye.
It's like, bye.
But that's it. That's the point of a deal breaker. It's
but
like
you've been with this person 6 years.
Then that's not a deal breaker then, is it? Or these ones that you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it would need to take a lot of thought. One thing that I've realized is that when you feel like the person you're with is your person based on how well they treat you, how at peace and at home you feel with them. You want to always find space for how you can have room for them in your life.
Yeah.
That's really it when it comes to love.
Yeah.
So that's what you would try to do. But then when your back is against the wall, eventually it becomes that despite me wanting to make room for you, I'm now squeezing myself and my wants and my needs out of my life experience. Yeah.
This is something that I personally find such a pet peeve of mine.
What?
Is when someone tries to make their deal breakers my deal breakers.
This happens. By the way, I've actually shouted about this before. I think it was in one of my lives, and I was just like, there is this idea that the second somebody cheats on someone, then we have who that person is to us.
Exactly.
As opposed to everyone's deal breaker is very different, right? Let's give an example, which is something which I would say was challenging for me to accept. It was a challenge for me.
Tell us.
Annie from Young, Famous and African.
Yeah.
That was challenging.
Yep.
And it was challenging for many of us because we automatically judged her.
Yeah.
You know, for those who don't know what we're talking about, Annie is now married to Two-Face Idibia, and they've been together. They've been married
to Baba.
Yeah, to Baba, sorry. They've been married for 10 years. But before that, they were together. They've been together since they were like 15. And he's had five children.
Hers is the fifth. So he's had 4 kids before her 5th one.
Wait, I thought it was... No, she said 5 kids, but my first is his 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah. His 5 children.
No,
outside.
he has 6 now. So he's had 4 outside. His 5th is her... He's had many kids.
He's had many kids outside. And note... of those, they weren't married. She didn't have kids for him when he was having these children. And so that's what we mean. It's a deal breaker for me, for someone to have 4 kids in our relationship.
Exactly.
And it's not a deal breaker for her.
Yeah.
So we always project because we are just like, how could you stay with someone who I wouldn't stay with? But really, it's not about us. And I'm saying it's challenging because it's unfathomable almost how that works, but you have to breathe through it.
For me, it was less about the cheating and more just about how she seemed so broken still by that thing.
Every time
she was coming from a point of like, my husband, he did this, but we talked about it and now we're together. This whole thing there was such
every time she
imbalance.
Talked, she was shaking.
I just had to keep
physically
forwarding.
shaking.
I had to keep forwarding because I was like, I feel bad for her, you know.
But that's true. We need to stop doing that.
But the reality is that we can't do that. You don't know what the dynamics of someone else's relationship is. You don't know what they have been through. You don't know,
and you don't need to.
And you don't need to. More often than not, if people who are judging other people's circumstances, it's like a third party that you have heard from. It's not necessarily that me I have said this is what I'm going through, or my man has said this is what I'm going through. It's like a third party you've heard from, and you assume you know the full story, and then based on that, it's like, okay, now why are they still in the marriage?
Yeah.
I mean,
but can I tell you that as much as you're saying that, I feel like you would be the person who struggles with that.
Absolutely.
Like me coming, if I come to you to tell you, oh, look, she's angry. No one has said,
Listen, I want to qualify. Me, I feel like it depends, especially if someone comes to me for advice or you're close enough for me to be like, I can see you're struggling or you're suffering. I would obviously have to say something. Yeah. But if you decide now you're staying with Mike and he's brought you quadruplets. Yeah. We are staying. Bring the kids. Bring a baby. Me, I'll hold the baby.
I'll hold
our baby. So let's bring the baby. Bring Mini Mike here. Let's hold the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to love someone.
But I'm not going to take that and then also every day you're crying. Why can't I leave him? Why is he treating me this way? It's like enough. If we are staying, we are staying. If now we are leaving, now let's leave.
Let's leave.
That's the
okay.
thing. Yeah.
All right.
I feel like I want to read the responses that guys had said, but I feel like let's move to the next segment and read them in that segment.
Yes.
The TMI moment.
Let's do that. Guys, we haven't done this segment in so long, but this is TMI moment where we ask you a question on our Instagram page. For those who do not follow us, it's TMI Podcast KE, and then we're going to read some of your responses. It's always related to the topic that we are discussing. So today's question was, what are your deal breakers in relationships?
Yep.
Let's listen to the first one. A hereditary family disease that is extreme.
Like what? Because like me, cancer runs in my family.
I know. Almost everyone has
high blood pressure,
that runs
diabetes.
In them.
Okay, that is extreme. That's like what?
But how is cancer not extreme?
Because that one is not like, I mean, if it's like a thing which is like for sure you're gonna get it.
Or like something like, every child is born with a disability
with
or something.
28 toes.
I'll take 28 toes, but
28 toes. What shoes are you gonna wear? What shoes is the child going to wear?
There's surgery.
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay,
wow.
So that's one.
Okay, someone else says, being too feminine.
Did we not do a video about this? Did we not do a video about this, guys?
You guys. And already, I feel like that one is not a deal breaker because you would not even get with the man if he's too feminine.
Yes.
Right?
The way we're saying deal breakers is like you're in it, you're here.
Yeah.
The deal has been made, as Murugi said.
Okay.
Another one is cousin. Present company excluded. That's most people's deal breakers. A cousin would be problematic.
Okay, so right now you go somewhere and you discover, oh my God, so Mike actually, his distant, grandmother and your grandmother were cousins.
I told you, Mike said that. I was like, Mike, what would you do? He was just like, oh, you bust it down.
Exactly. And I'm like, yeah. You see, sometimes things like that happen. You can't say extreme no, that's a complete deal breaker. Relax, guys. People in the Bible were marrying even their brothers and sisters. And Muslims do it even till today. So relax.
Brothers and sisters. Muslims marry their brothers and sisters.
No, in the Bible, people were doing that. Even the royal family in the UK used to do that. Like someone's like your cousin, so you can protect the bloodline. Don't you care about your bloodline?
And brothers and sisters, that's where you draw the line. Oh, no?
I mean... I don't want to please. You are going to troll me now for nothing. Lydia, leave me alone. Okay, someone says, being with someone this is who I am, I can't change.
For sure. Inability to compromise, as we said. Yeah,
absolutely.
Silent treatment. Silent treatment is a form of abuse. And if it's done for so long, it corrodes your self-esteem. As in, imagine... You're in a house, not that you guys are not talking. Not talking happens all the damn time, please. But someone is walking in the door. They have not said hello to you. It's a year.
A year? What?
A year.
Okay, that's a plot twist I was not prepared for.
No, but guess what? I know.
No, longer than I think the longest Zach and I have done is like maybe
but that's you guys not
days.
talking.
Yeah.
That can happen.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you don't even know what you've done. And every time you speak to him, he doesn't respond to you.
Oh, God. Yeah, unacceptable. Hey, even a year, that would never happen. A whole year.
What is that?
Kidding. Mm-hmm. Someone says, oh, sorry. Okay, well, this is abuse. Sex every time. That's what we talked about. Like, mismatch sexual. Yeah,
exactly. I was watching the show, The Ultimatum. For those who don't know what that is, please go watch it. You love it so much.
Don't forget engaged or whatever.
Oh my God.
I saw you posting about it. I was already getting so like high blood pressure.
Let me tell you.
What is
episode 3. By episode 3. But let me tell you.
And so people are dating each other. What happens? What's happening exactly?
Fine. So this is what's happening.
Okay, fine.
We're in a relationship and one party has given the other an ultimatum. We get married or we break up. One of us is ready to get married now. The other one is not ready now for whatever reason, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the deal breaker. And then you come here, all of you who have these dynamics, you date other people. And then after a week, you get to choose who you have a 3-week trial with. It's accelerated. You live with them, they meet your family, or you get to see what it would be like to be married to this person.
This other person who's not
to be your partner.
Yeah.
And then you make the decision afterwards whether or not you want to. Please tell me how someone is standing up. Mike is standing up to say how he's made a connection with Jenny over here.
And why are you pointing with Jenny over here?
And I'm just there like, Then I gotta say, I'm happy for you that you found someone who aligns with you.
Why are you mad? It's not Mike.
I know. I was fuming. And then I was at home alone. So, I was imagining.
Yeah, I
was having a
swear,
fight.
let that man come home. Let that man come home right now. Right now.
Another one someone said is a stingy man.
Oh, yeah. Even me, someone said stingy.
Yeah, I remember someone once said that their man does everything for them. But even when they go to the supermarket, what she puts in the trolley for her is her own.
You're joking?
I'm not. And they've been married for like 25 years.
Wait, like we've bought all this shopping. Then I've put this glass.
Your pad. Hey, count your money, honey. He would not pay for what you've put in there.
Okay, but
what the hell is that, guys?
Oh my God, wow.
And he's a wealthy man and he does everything else. But this, he draws the line.
Maybe it's a personal thing.
And what it doesn't, and men who are just like, I would do anything for you and I won't give you money. It's like, okay, give me money to pay for pizza. No, I'll pay. What is your problem? Yeah, people who have funny stuff with money are weird as well.
I'm trying to think of like, okay, there's people's definitions of what a stingy man is are different. To someone, if your man doesn't send you money every month, that's a stingy man. Does your man send you money?
No.
No.
But if I want money, he'll give me.
But you can always tell the habits of a stingy man. I feel like you can always tell when someone is stingy.
Yeah, I think so. Or
like if you're shikiliaing to small,
and you've gone on date one, he paid for date one. And then day two, he was just like, I thought you'd treat me.
I saw a post saying, actually, look, this lady's going to date the guy, and then he called her to ask her what's her budget so that he can find an appropriate restaurant for them for their budget, their joint budget. I was like, yuck, kill me now.
No.
Kill me now. Disgusting. Someone who has a hot temper. Easy to anger. Yeah.
Easy to anger and not willing to work on it, because we all have our stuff, but if you're not willing to work on it, no.
Small penis.
I'm out. For me, that's a red flag more than a deal breaker.
He's rich.
The deal is not rich. There.
No, but it's after, let's say he said that he didn't want to have sex until you would. He's rich.
And sex before what?
Hey, wow.
Sex before what?
He said he don't want to have sex until you guys have been dating 6 months.
He's already not my thing. What are we doing?
You must have sex first night. Oh yeah, with Mike.
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
Let's see if there's potential.
If there's potential. If there's no potential,
why are we here?
Why are we here, girls? Yeah.
Someone said, lying in someone you can't rely on. That's a really interesting one.
Yeah.
Like, I can't rely on you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so shaky.
Yeah.
Because, I
have an ex like that. Someone who, like, actually, every time he'd say he was going to do something, automatically I'd just be like, I already know he's not going to do it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And actually, it was the worst kind of relationship to be in, because, like, in fact, when he does do the thing he said he's going to do, it's like, wow, well, that's shocking.
The way you have to rely on your person.
Imagine.
And oh, my God,
Crazy.
that's hell.
I know, disgusting.
Yeah.
Bad breath.
Oh, God.
That one is not a deal breaker, because how do you even get in the relationship to begin with?
I know, that's
right?
a red flag.
Absolutely.
And all of these disrespect, period. Now, what does that mean? That's a bit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Cheating.
Someone says, okay, if I can't read this one out loud.
Essentially, he's part of like the gossiping community.
The gossiping community of Kenya.
Yeah. He's the one who's trolling people under their comments.
Exactly.
He's the one who's arguing about celebrities under Nairobi Gossip Club comments.
About who is sleeping with who and who is doing what and who had a baby with who.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's your man, you gonna stick beside him.
Actually, when I see men trolling other people, I'm just
like, you have not.
I would die.
In this economy.
I would die.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Someone else says uncleanliness and dishonesty.
Yeah.
I guess so. If he says he loves me on the first date.
Yeah, we said that's problematic to me.
I mean, is it?
It's problematic.
A bit. Love bombing, right?
It's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think those are significant ones. Thank you guys for a pillow fight and hitting me jokingly. What kind of relationships you're in? Damn.
I don't know. And I feel like some of these are like, here's the thing for me, the way I try to see things is more from a place of what am I unwilling to tolerate because I respect myself and I have my own personal boundaries. And then balanced with, I'm with a human being.
Yeah.
You know, some of these are just like, wait, wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Right?
Pillow fighting.
And then he hits you jokingly.
I feel like she definitely left him.
Yeah.
She must be talking about...
If you want to leave the relationship, just say. Stop making up. Stop making up excuses.
Just say hi.
Anyway, guys, please, thank you so much for the guys who shared with us their deal breakers. If you have any other, we would love to hear them. And your thoughts on the ones that we've already shared. Leave them if you're watching on YouTube on the comments down below. If you're listening on any podcast platform, you can DM us, I guess. Yeah, you can DM us on Instagram. TMI Podcast KE, Lydia KM, Murugi Munyi. We love you.
We love you guys.
Hey, in-betweeners, Queen between us and King between us. I'm always telling you, we also have men who follow our podcast. Yeah.
Hey, Queen between us.
And King between us.
And King between us.
We love everyone here, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you guys so much. And every time we see any single message, like you guys don't even understand what it's like to build something from like zero, where we ourselves were our only fans.
Yeah.
And now to have you guys here, who it's like we feel like we're part of this little community.
Yeah.
And just to see you guys interact with our content, we love it so much.
Do you remember when we were posting, when we were shaking to post the first
oh my God,
the first
video,
post?
I know.
And we were just like, oh my God, okay, let's do it.
You would think, yeah.
So
even though
funny.
we were already established content creators before, but still we were like, how do you know that's gonna mean that people are gonna like this thing
and
that
then
you created?
if you fall flat on your face and as a public figure, it's always bigger.
So much
it's not just
worse.
like, oh, that thing didn't work out. It's just like,
it's like, hey, what happened? You started that thing and it did.
Oh, what's going on?
Sorry.
No.
Next day. Did you guys hear what happened to Kina Lydia? Yeah. No, we don't like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for your feedback on our last episode, the one about being stuck in a rut. Let's read some of the comments that we got on our YouTube page. Rose said, if you're going through a rut, just know you're not alone. We all go through stuff and it'll be okay. We'll be okay. Let's all hold hands. We'll be okay. I love the number, the 1,000 we will be okay.
Oh,
so I love that.
I love that.
Thank you.
Wanjiro Wambogo, you're saying, I strongly think I'm in a rut. I knew it, but this episode really confirmed it for me. I want to, and I'm working towards getting out of it one day at a time. This episode was really needed, and I am so grateful to you guys.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We really, really do.
Absolutely.
And we love that we can do something positive, because what we never want, and I think what we like about TMI is that we show you that all the things you're thinking about and those things that you're going through in your relationship,
even us, all of us,
yeah. So even in a rut as well, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
As I said, I've been able to get myself out of my feeling of rut, and I'm so glad that you're working on it as well.
Absolutely. Who's this who's saying, Christine, you said, I'm not sure if I was in a rut or depressed. I was in the messy in between, because I was in it for like 2 years and I didn't go for therapy to get out of it. I don't know if anyone can relate. I had a lot of work to do towards changing my way of thinking and doing things. And yes, I had to want to change.
Yeah, for sure. I think definitely that's a cause for concern. Even after, if it was 3 months I was feeling that way, I would not even 3 months. I feel like if we're into April and I'm still unable to get myself out, I would definitely sought help from someone. But you see,
even being able to get yourself out, you have to actually be trying. If you are in a rut and you're doing nothing to get out of the rut, of course it will last forever.
I'm just gonna say, because it's momentum, as we're saying, it's momentum.
It could last forever.
Only get worse. Martha Munyeki, you are saying, thank you, Leda Morugi, for this. One of the tricks I use to get out of such a state is through journaling. By writing down my thoughts on what may be causing that, I ended up feeling better. That's nice.
That's amazing.
It's true. Sometimes reflection is great.
Absolutely. Lois, you said the worst part about being in a rut is the fact that the world does not stop. You step out on your balcony, you see cars moving, everyone is just going about their business. Like, life doesn't stop to wait for you. So the faster you get your ass up, the better.
My mom told me that.
Ooh, that's the tough love you need sometimes.
Yeah, she told me, this was like years before, and she was just like, it's fine. Like, take all your time, but everything's continuing to move. And like at that time when I was feeling, it was just like, I can't be what to do anything. It's like life still was going on.
Yep.
So it's like you have to find a balance between, we're really sorry that you're going through this, but you're an adult and here you are, and things have to keep going. And as we said, if you need additional help, always sought therapy, always seek counseling, but do something.
Mama Mudhoni posted on her page the other day about how she was in a rut for 6 years. For 6 years,
Wait,
she didn't
what?
do anything. Yeah.
Wait.
She was just like, she was stuck in this cycle of like, her work is not good enough. She's not valuable. She just doesn't feel like she has any value to add in the world. She didn't feel beautiful. She felt just like, nah, she was just in a meh kind of thing. You know how you said you were feeling last year, January to March, now for 6 years. And so she did that for 6 years, and now she's really thriving, but she keeps thinking like, oh my gosh, what if I just stepped out of that at that time,
I even know my family would have taken me to therapy. And I had a genuine, like I had reason why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. I just had to overcome the fact that my life was going to end over it. Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it was deep, it was intense.
Milling Jerry is saying, thank you for mentioning the motherhood burden of brushing off personal problems due to the relentless nature of parenting. The lack of sleep, overwhelm, and everything in between can cause such a feeling of being in a rut. The book that I'm reading talks about the way boundaries are part of success. Boundaries are part of success in that you're able to say, you, my partner, can you pick this up? You, my teenager, can you do this? Being able to offload some of the things that you have to do so that other people can do it might help you feel like that. But the superwoman syndrome.
Yeah, because sometimes you get you get in the rut because you're so overwhelmed by life's burdens, and you don't. And sometimes you feel like it's me. I'm the only one who can do it. But are you? Someone else can do the shopping.
Most times, someone else can
bathe
do it.
the baby. Somebody else can take them to school. It doesn't always have to be you. It doesn't always have to be you. Thank you guys so much for your feedback. We absolutely appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for the feedback. Every time you send us a DM, every time you like anything, every time you comment or you share or you save, whatever it is that you do, any kind of interaction, we appreciate it and we love you guys so much. We just need you to subscribe because over 60% of you are not subscribed.
Imagine. And then
60.
guess what? 12. you know you'll be here on
You
Wednesday.
know, that's the thing. You know you're here.
You know you'll be here.
So at least support us.
Please
support.
Please do, guys. And as Joe said, we are building like a little community of ourselves, of our own. So all the comments and things like that are contributor. You are part of TMI when you do things like that. So we appreciate you, and we'll see you next episode. Ching ching, honey.
Look at our white. Wow. Queens.
Good girls.
Good girls.